My sister wore white to my wedding, so I accidentally spilled red wine on her dress during the toast. Now my family is divided and she's demanding I pay $3,200 for her designer dress. Ever since we were kids, Vanessa needed to be the center of attention. My first piano recital, she faked a fever. My high school graduation, she announced her engagement during my party. When I got engaged last year, she suddenly broke up with her fiancé and needed to move into my apartment, just until she found her own place. For 6 months while planning my wedding, I listened to her subtle digs. Are you sure you want that dress? It's not very slimming. Or, maybe you should postpone until you lose the weight. She'd even schedule emergency crisis calls whenever my fiancé and I had date nights 3 days before the wedding. She moved out without warning. Leaving dirty dishes and taking some of my jewelry. By accident, I was actually relieved. And finally, I could enjoy my wedding without her drama. The morning of my wedding, my mom texted that Vanessa was making an effort and asked me to be nice. I didn't think much of it until I was walking down the aisle and spotted my sister sitting in the front row wearing a floor-length white gown with a small train. It looked more bridal than my own dress. I kept my composure through the ceremony, through the photos, where she positioned herself center in every family shot, through the dinner. But during my husband's toast, when he was saying the most beautiful things about building our future together, I noticed Vanessa was texting and rolling her eyes. Something inside me snapped. I walked over, glass of Cabernet in hand, pretended to trip, and watched that red wine cascade down the front of her white silk dress. The gasp from the guests was audible. Vanessa screamed like she'd been stabbed. Oh my god, I am so clumsy. I said loud enough for everyone to hear. Then I whispered only to her. White's a risky color choice for a wedding, don't you think? She ran out crying. My dad followed her while my mom stayed furious but silent. Half the family thought it was a genuine accident and kept telling me not to feel bad. The other half knew exactly what happened and either avoided me or gave me subtle thumbs ups. That was 2 weeks ago. Now I am back from my honeymoon to daily texts from my mother about how I've always been jealous of my sister. Vanessa is demanding I replace her Marquesa dress. My husband thinks it's hilarious and wants to frame a photo of the moment, but my parents are threatening to cut contact if I don't apologize and pay up. I sent Vanessa an apology, a a link to an article titled, "Why You Should Never Wear White to Someone Else's Wedding." She blocked my number. I've never felt more at peace.